Imagine the year 1812. The scent of gunpowder and damp earth fills the air as the French Grand Army marches through the frozen forests of Russia. The sound of marching boots echoes through the silence, a rhythmic pulse of steel and determination. The French are confident, believing they can conquer all before them. But as they press deeper into the unknown, the ground begins to shake beneath them. The once impregnable empire they built is crumbling, and the man who led them is about to make a decision that will change the course of history. Most people have no idea what really happened in those frozen forests or why it matters today. But what if I told you that the man who almost conquered Europe failed not because of a single battle, but because of a series of hidden cracks that had been forming for years? What if I told you that these cracks were not just about military strength, but about something far more fundamental, the very foundation of his empire? This is the story of Napoleon, the man who almost conquered Europe and why he failed. The year is 1804. The streets of Paris are alive with the energy of a new era. The once revolutionary city has been transformed into a grand imperial capital, its boulevards lined with the statues of fallen tyrants and the names of victorious battles. The population has swelled to over 7 million, a testament to the empire's power and ambition. The architecture is a marvel of the age, the Louvre now a museum of ancient treasures, the Arc de Triomphe a monument to the new order. The military is the envy of Europe, with over 600,000 men under arms, their discipline and tactics unmatched. Napoleon Bonaparte, the Corsican general, has risen from obscurity to become the emperor of the French, a man who has redefined the very concept of power. As Andrew Roberts notes in his seminal work, Napoleon, a biography, the empire was not just a political entity, but a cultural and intellectual movement, a force that sought to remake the world in its own image. The grandeur of this empire was undeniable, but beneath its surface, the cracks were already beginning to show. The year is 1805. The French Empire stands at the height of its power, but beneath the surface, the cracks are becoming more apparent. The financial system is strained, with the empire's vast expenditures outpacing its revenue. The political landscape is fractured, with opposition parties forming and dissolving in the wake of the emperor's whims. The military, once a beacon of discipline, is beginning to show signs of fatigue and discontent. The environment is also taking its toll, with the overuse of resources and the disruption of natural cycles leading to food shortages and economic instability. The emperor's own health is a concern, with rumors of his declining strength and the possibility of a succession crisis. As Adam Zamoyski points out in his work on the Napoleonic Wars, these were not isolated incidents, but symptoms of a deeper systemic failure. The empire was built on sand, and the wind of change was beginning to blow. The year is 1812. The French Grand Army, a force of over 600,000 men, sets out to conquer Russia. The emperor, confident in his military prowess, believes that a swift victory will secure his legacy and solidify his empire. The campaign begins with triumph, the French marching through the frozen forests of Russia, their discipline and tactics unmatched. But as they press deeper into the unknown, the ground begins to shake beneath them. The once impregnable empire they built is crumbling, and the man who led them is about to make a decision that will change the course of history. The retreat from Moscow, a strategic blunder of epic proportions, is not just a military defeat, but a symbolic one. It marks the beginning of the end for the French Empire. The cracks that had been forming for years have now become a chasm, and the empire is about to fall. The year is 1814. The French Empire is in ruins. The Grand Army, once a force to be reckoned with, is a shadow of its former self. The emperor, once a god among men, is a prisoner in his own palace. The political landscape is in chaos, with the emperor's allies turning on him and the opposition parties gaining strength. The financial system is in collapse, with the empire's vast expenditures outpacing its revenue. The military, once a beacon of discipline, is a disorganized mess. The environment is also taking its toll, with the overuse of resources and the disruption of natural cycles leading to food shortages and economic instability. The empire is a corpse, its body decaying while its spirit clings to life. The cracks that had been forming for years have now become a chasm, and the empire is about to fall. The year is 1815. The French Empire is gone, its ruins a cautionary tale for future rulers. The political landscape is in chaos, with the old order struggling to regain its footing. The military, once a beacon of discipline, is a disorganized mess. The environment is also taking its toll, with the overuse of resources and the disruption of natural cycles leading to food shortages and economic instability. The legacy of Napoleon is complex, a man who was both a visionary and a tyrant, a conqueror and a reformer. His empire may be gone, but his ideas and his actions have left an indelible mark on the world. The patterns from this collapse are still with us today, a reminder of the fragility of power and the importance of understanding the hidden cracks beneath the surface. The hidden confession is that the failure of the French Empire was not just a military defeat, but a systemic one. The cracks that had been forming for years were not just about military strength, but about something far more fundamental: the very foundation of the empire. The empire was built on a house of cards, and the wind of change was beginning to blow. The failure of Napoleon was not just about his decisions, but about the decisions of the men who surrounded him, the men who failed to see the cracks, and the men who failed to act. The hidden confession is that the failure of the French Empire was a failure of leadership, a failure of vision, a failure of understanding. The empire tried to hide these truths, but the past has a way of revealing itself, and the hidden confession of Napoleon is that the man who almost conquered Europe failed because he failed to see the cracks beneath his feet. Imagine the year 1812. The scent of gunpowder and damp earth fills the air as the French Grand Army marches through the frozen forests of Russia. The sound of marching boots echoes through the silence, a rhythmic pulse of steel and determination. The French are confident, believing they can conquer all before them. But as they press deeper into the unknown, the ground begins to shake beneath them. The once impregnable empire they built is crumbling, and the man who led them is about to make a decision that will change the course of history. What if I told you that the failure of Napoleon was not just a military defeat, but a systemic one? What if I told you that the cracks that led to his downfall were not just about military strength, but about something far more fundamental, the very foundation of his empire? The past has a way of revealing itself, and the hidden confession of Napoleon is that the man who almost conquered Europe failed because he failed to see the cracks beneath his feet. The question that will echo in your mind is this: what hidden cracks are forming beneath the surface of the empires we see today?